Good morning, friends. This is GB Shivakumar again, and so today we are going to discuss about the detailed overview of SAP production planning or ERP production planning, right? Whatever it may be, either it is SAP or Oracle. We are going to discuss about the production planning related terms and say what are the factors determines production planning decisions. So first, actually, we are going to see what is production planning. So the production planning is a tool for governing the production planning, scheduling, execution, and avoid waste in any manufacturing and bring an optimization in the production process, right? End-to-end process. So production planning is a system that helps control and manage the production of goods. It includes the steps need to make the products, how much to be made, and when each step should happen, right? So there are different types of production plans called production schedules or manufacturing schedules, right? So we have a lot of production planning related terms. So we can discuss one by one, right? Creating a production plan to softwares, right? So first thing, the production process. Then we are going to see what is production scheduling, then what is production control, and what is production process, and what is production plan, and types of production planning tools. And say finally we have a lot of questions. If any, I mean, with our people has asked a lot of questions, so I have summarized few of them and try to make this video. So what is a production planning and what are its objectives, right? So the production planning is a process that creates a plan for producing the products. So the production plan is a document that explains what will be produced and when it will be produced. That is very important. So say the objectives of the production plan is to make sure that right products are manufactured at the, I can say, the right time, and with the correct quantities. There is no deviation from the planned or manufacturing. I mean, the planned quantity should not differ from the manufacturing, or manufactured quantity should not deviate from the actual planned quantity. So the production planning, which is used for mainly for data, which is governed by the resource estimation, resource utilization, optimum inventory levels for maintaining proper production plan, for proper reduction of cost and customer satisfaction. So all this governs the right selection of production planning softwares or module, right? So the production process. There are few critical steps to produce. Producing a product. The first step is acquiring a raw material. Next, you need to turn them into a finished product. Once finished, right? Actually, so once their raw material is converted to a finished good, then actually it needs to be packaged and shipped to the say example, the customer or a delivery center or a warehouse actually who is managing who is storing this finished goods. So it's a that is called, actually we are saying a control cycle, right? Actually the raw materials will be issued based on the process order, the production order. Actually the materials can be issued from the warehouse, and then actually once the materials are received or received at the production shop floor, they will do manufacturing, convert the raw material to semi-finish, and once the semi-finish is converted, then actually it again sent back to the finished goods warehouse, and from where actually it will either taken directly supplied to the customer, ordered, I mean delivered to customer, direct customer delivery, or directly or direct plant delivery, or I can say survey which is sent to the local distribution centers, retail or warehouses, or kind of distribution centers, from where actually it will be taken to the local market or retailers or whatever it may be. So this is how the supply chain works, right? So that is what actually mainly turning the raw material to finished goods. So and then needs to package and ship to the customer. So production processing is when you turn one product into another For example, if you have any production line that takes in unprocessed ingredients and make finished goods, or it brings finished goods and creates a different types of product. So we have to decide on all this production process based on some I can say the process which governs a manufacturing process. So so we have the certain process steps to make a product. The first step is getting unprocessed material, and then last is finishing the product. So the three main parts of the process are collection of raw material and manufacturing of the product, packaging and shipping of the product, that covers the supply chain management. So within that, actually we have the actually the materials management, sales and distribution, everything will come. Okay. And ingredients are collected and brought to the manufacturing plant. So the manufacturing process begins with production of the product. The product is then packaged and shipped to the end customer, or the local distribution centers, warehouse centers, where you can ready to supply for the end customers based on their orders, or a customer relationship center kind of thing. They will do that. You can divide the process into two sections: inward processing and outward processing. So what is inward processing? It refers to the manufacturing of the product from the basic material, and whereas outward processing refer to the manufacturing of the product from the semi-finished product. Okay, these are the main difference here. Inward processing means processing or manufacturing a product from the scratch or basic from the basic raw material, and outward processing is nothing but a manufacturing the particular finished goods from the semi-finished material by getting from the semi-finished goods from the vendor or a supplier. So it depends on your company's goal or objective in production planning, right, and handling the products. So the manufacturing can be again divided into following steps: receiving and inspection of ingredients, raw materials, and cutting and shaping of ingredients, and assembling of components, and finishing and testing of products, and then packaging and shipping of products. So it is a long and complex series of steps followed to create a product. Therefore, manufacturing companies have a kind of department dedicated mainly for production planning, right? So the good production planning process ensures the smooth manufacturing process in an organization. So that is very important. And now actually we have production scheduling. So scheduling the activities is very important. Planning and scheduling is very important. So production scheduling is a process of organizing the production in a factory. This includes creating a plan and determining the resources needed for each step. The scheduling is essential to make the factory run smoothly and efficiently. It is critical to think about the availability of resources, that is called resources in the sense humans, that is workers or engineers or experts, specialists, and machine, money, everything, right? Machine resources and order of the products, that is materials. And sorry. So, companies can use production scheduling software to help to create and manage a production schedule. This SAP PP or any Oracle ERP can automate creating a plan and track the status of each steps in the process. In addition, scheduling software is often used with the customer manufacturing software, that is such as quality control or inventory management softwares. Okay, and then we are talking about production line. A production line is a set of machines, tools, or workers who produce something. A production manager oversees to ensure everything runs smoothly and that the workers do what they want and what he needs. In addition, the production manager makes sure workers are doing the job, right job at right time. That is very important. It's like kind of a IT manager who is managing the project. Same like actually the production manager manages the entire production process end to end. So not only process, also the resource and everything. So the most common type is an assembly line. Each worker does one step of process, making it more efficiently. Another is called a job shop. See, please, actually, please note, these are the production planning technical terms: assembly line, job shop, all these things. So the most common type is assembly line. Each worker does one step of the process, making it more efficient. Another is called a job shop. Each worker does a whole process in a job shop, which is not as efficient as an assembly line, but allows for more flexibility and creativity. The production line can be under conventional or lean production models. Conventional production. So here it's a third term. So is when the workers do their jobs the same way they have always done them. Okay. Conventional production is nothing but when workers do their jobs the same way they have always done them. Actually, it's a regular practice. And lean production is when workers are more flexible and can adapt the changes in the production process. So it will continuously keep on changing. So the Toyota car manufacturing, they're following lean manufacturing and they're continuously keep on changing based on the customer demands and the availability of material, availability of particular product, the seasonal conditions, everything. Actually, availability of money, availability of resources, availability of human machines. If some bottlenecks in particular work centers or a particular damage in particular machine, so they need to follow the whatever currently available, they will do that, they will adapt to that. That is called a lean production. So the production line is responsible for taking unprocessed materials and turning them into finished products. So it needs to be organized in a way that allows it to be efficient and effective in creating the product from raw materials and converting as a finished goods. So raw materials. Now raw materials are the components that are used to create a product, as everybody knows. They can be divided into primary raw materials and secondary raw materials. Okay. The primary or the basic component of the product. These materials such as minerals, plants or animals are usually extracted from the nature. So the primary raw materials are used to make the basic parts of the product. For example, they can use aluminum for the body of your phone, and secondary is made up of the primary basic materials. And these materials are usually created in a factory or the manufacturing environments. The secondary raw materials are used to create a finished products such as car body or a phone screen or all these things. These are the secondary materials. So the basic materials must be available in a sufficient quantity to ensure the finished products are efficient and effective creation. And therefore raw materials must be managed carefully so that the production line can always obtain enough resources to allow the production. Okay. And capacity planning. So the capacity planning is assessing and anticipating the number of resources needed to produce the desired output level. Okay. And so what is capacity planning? It's a very important question, right? So the capacity planning comprises of strategies, tools, and process, right? So there are three possible outcomes that determines the capacity planning. First one is it can identify enough resources. Second thing, not enough resources. Third one, more resources than desired available. These are the capacity outcomes, planning outcomes. And production control. So first, the production planning and control regulate the production of goods and services to meet the market demands. The production control also include or ensure that resources are available when needed. Monitoring the production to ensure that it meets the proper schedule and deadline as per the plan, and making changes as required to ensure that production meets the forecasted demand. And planning process. Now we are in the planning process. So now the production planning is organized and managing the product of goods and services to meet the customer needs. The main goal of production planning is to ensure that right products are made in the right quantity at right time and at the right place. So production planning involves three key steps: planning, manufacturing, and distribution. In case of planning, first step, in this step, managers determine what products must be made and identify the necessary resources. They also develop a schedule for producing these products. And second thing, manufacturing. In this step, the worker make the products. And third one, distribution. In this step, managers ensures that products are delivered on time, at the right time, right price. This step closely related to support the it supports the supply chain management activities. The production planning process is crucial because it helps the business to meet customer demand, control cost, maximize profits, improve quality and efficiency. Okay, and outcomes and outputs, right, of production planning. When taking about the outcomes of production planning, we need to see efficiency of production process. Second thing, quality of the product manufactured. Third one, increase the productivity rate. And fourth one, reduced manufacturing time. And fifth one, reduced production cost and wastage. And then sixth one, increase customer satisfaction. So this I mean, they should be concentrated on all these things when for a successful key outcomes for the production planning. The outcome is better production planning process, right? So the outcome will be after following this, you need to have the desired outcome will be well organized and efficient production process. First point. Second thing, improved quality of the final product. Third point, increased productivity and efficiency. And fourth one, reduced manufacturing time. And fifth, reduced waste and scrap. And sixth, reduce production cost. And seventh, increase customer satisfaction and reduce lead time. So the efficiency of the worker, right, expertise of the work is determined how less actually they are manufacturing the scrap, right. That is very important. They are producing more scrap, then actually again it is a fault from the expertise level, right. They need to monitor, immediately correct it, because otherwise material cost, scrap cost is huge actually. So you need to properly plan and try to avoid the wastage of materials. These outputs are achieved by an effective production planning process, and expertise is required, which is responsible for taking inputs from various functions involved to accomplish outputs. The inputs required for decision, right? Market requirement, competitor analysis, third one, product design specifications, and drawing and production specifications, available resources and production facilities, and schedule for product deployment. 1 minute ba. Output or output of production planning process are so a well organized and efficient process flow diagrams and detailed work instructions, operations manuals to support the process flow diagrams, and product cost estimations by activity or operation as per the BOM. And fourth one, output schedule compromising or comprising the production start date, due date for all activities, and finish product delivery dates. And then capacity requirement calculation based on the output schedule. And last but not least, raw material availability check and purchase plan preparation. Okay, and types of production planning and the time horizons. There are three types of production planning: short time. There are three types of production planning horizons. Those are short time, medium term, and long term. Short term, when short term horizon, right? Actually, it is used to plan and schedule the production of goods for the future. For example, these types of planning is used when there is a known demand for the product, say like sugarcane during the rainy season, everything. And so they were concentrating that one actually, sugar manufacturing. So you need to know the seasonal demand or reason for the demand for the product, and manufacturer must ensure that they have enough stock to meet the demand. Medium term is it is used to plan and schedule the production of goods to for the medium term. For example, these types of planning is used when an estimated demand for the product is estimated, but it is not yet known when much stock will be needed for the production execution. And long term, it is used to plan and schedule the production of goods and for a long term. This type of planning is used when there is an expected demand for the product, but exactly when they meet the when they need the demand actually when it occurs, we cannot predict it. So the production plan. The production plan is a document that details the specific steps to produce a product. For example, production plan includes production, manufacturing, and then scheduling, line and production cost. The production plan ensures that product is produced according to the specification. The production plan is also used to ensure the product is is manufactured or produced on a right time at low cost. The types of planning are material requirement planning, capacity requirement planning, and master production schedules and production schedules. Okay, so the business can use several production plans to optimize its schedule uh, since ஒரு நிமிஷம் கொடுத்துட்றேன். A business can use several production plans to optimize the schedule since multiple processes are involved in its operation. The most common types of production plans are as follows, right? I already showed MPS, MRS, sorry, MRP, capacity, CRP, production schedule, right? So the production planning department typically creates a plan. However, depending on the company structure and needs, they can do delegated. They can also be delegated to the project manager or the line supervisor. In some cases, the planners could even combine these plans into the document to make it easier for all the parties involved to understand what is needed from each section. So first, however, it is essential to note that each of these plan services its unique purpose in production. Okay, these are the important thing actually we need to consider in the production planning. And next, actually, in my next video, I will continue the rest of the production planning guidelines or tips. Thanks for watching, friends.